All right, so last but not least, I think this might be my favorite drop part. All right, so first things first, move this drum section all the way down. Now, what would be cool is if I didn't need to change a thing, but we might have some things down here to change. We might have something right here. So this is why we're gonna trust our ears. So let me play this. Whoa. Ha. That's what happens when you're not precise. That was cool though, let's see. Just gotta drag this down one more. There we go. Cool, let's try this. Did I just not have any cymbals in this drop? Did I have that in drop this one? All right, so that's the same. So I am going to bring these two crash cymbals over. It looks like I didn't put those there for the last part of the second drop. All right, and I'm going to be going back to this section of the drop because that's what it compares to. Okay. All right, I'm only noticing a couple of things, some of the squeakiness here. And then as I'm listening to this, the snare is still sounding not as like great as I want it to. I'm gonna go back to the reference track. And let's listen to this snare. Ah, something is missing. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Notice this. Okay, I'm like, that sounds way worse. It didn't sound that bad. Oh my God, okay. This is why you always gotta check every little thing, because I was like, did the snare always sound that bad? And I don't think it did. Oh my God, way better. I was like worried. I'm like, I thought we spent a lot of time making the snare sound much better, but it was this extra layer of, yeah, that's a lot better. Holy moly. so there's a little bit of squeakage. So once again, gonna go back here to see if I did anything. So I did do some oh, this was the nightmare. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so this is where some of the squeaks are. Well, good news is I've included lots of variation so my track doesn't get boring. Bad news is that just extra work in terms of the master. I'm going to turn this down to low squeak. Is this the same sound? It seems like the same sound. Low squeak is -12, I believe. Okay. So I went to this low squeak. So let's try to, because it sounds like the same thing, but the drums matter. So let's. All right, that actually sounds pretty good because these drums are pretty crazy. All right, is this the same as well? I think so. So this might not need to happen, but let me put this to the low squeak. All right, that sounds great. Saving. Awesome. All right, cool. So that was the very long process of mastering just the drop parts, or really polishing the drop parts. It's just a lot of tiny changes, but really once we got this section done, the first part of the first drop, the rest of it were really just small tweaks. Now they took a lot of time, but that's just because I'm very picky and meticulous. I want every single thing to sound good. Next up will be probably the intro, and then this part. And the good news about this part is similar to the drops. Once I get this part down, it's similar to this part, similar to that part, and then it's just the build up. So we don't really have that much left. So we'll polish all that stuff. We'll get that all sounding good, get the track sounding coherent. It's loud enough. It is almost good. And then once that's done, I'll do the volume automation, and I might do that during. So the master volume automation, we'll do that during. And then basically all it is once we've got it to a spot that we like, we're gonna bounce it out, listen to it a million times on all sorts of different speakers, and then take notes, make tiny, tiny tweaks until we got it to a place that we think sounds great. So we're pretty close to being done. I can't believe it, because this track I started years ago, and I'm excited for this to be done and to put it out.